Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to Tarot Tuesday, which is normally a weekly event. However, because October is haunt season and this haunt season was crazy, I kind of missed a bunch of Tuesdays. So I'm very, very happy to be back. I'm sad that haunt season is over, but I'm anxious to see who do we have joining us in chat today. Lydia! What's up, Lydia? How are you? How you doing? I'm about to unplug something. Lori, how are you? How are you? There we go. We got our moon up there now. I have a little flickering of the camera, and if it gets too aggravating, let me know, because I think it might have to do with the lighting in the room right now. Death by Challenge. I love that name. How are you guys doing? As we came in, I was playing with my divination coins, the ones that'll answer yes or no questions. Yeah. Michaela, I always forget that's your handle. I always forget that's your handle. I don't know why. I have no clue. Hasn't that been your handle for like 5 years now? All right. I am going to see if I can fix this lighting real quick. See if it'll stop flickering on me. Yeah, see, that worked. All right. My camera does not like my new lighting at all. It's like, no, ma'am, you can turn that off now. How was everybody's Halloween? How was everybody's haunt season? Did you guys like do something fun? I know Lydia, she came by my house and got scared. Michaela, see, I'm so jealous. You've got a cat that you can love on and that wants to like be cuddled and stuff. And if I had a cat, I wouldn't be able to see it or breathe. And I love cats. But I would have an allergic reaction to one. What's his name, Michaela? What's his name? The way you said that, it's like, yeah, I definitely want a picture of him. Yeah. Don't ever think that I would say no to pet pictures, all right? Lydia can attest to this. She sends me videos of animals all the time, and I never once say, no, I don't like them. I say, send me more. Arby's. Stop, Michaela. Why'd you do that baby that way? Christine, how are you? How are you doing? I am very, very excited to see you guys again. You didn't name him. No, because if you named him, it would have been Popeyes, right? No, wait a minute. You went over to after the haunt would get done. Were you part of the Burger King crowd, or did you go to the Popeyes? Because I was always in the Popeyes line once we got done haunting. It would be ramen. Well, if you are here and you would like your cards read, let me know in chat. Say I'd like to get in queue, and I will read your cards. If you have a yes or no question, we'll take those tonight because I have my divination coin. We can do that tonight. The cards that we're going to use are my Muerte cards. I'm going to use those. You renamed your cat was originally named Chips. Now was it Chips like, like the California Highway something patrol? Hey Kim, how are you? Oh my gosh. I haven't gotten to talk to you in a while. The oracle cards that we're going to use tonight, just in case I need some clarification for some things. I'm going to use the Seed and the Sickle oracle card. And remember, those were the really cool ones that had the dual guides that actually gave you like the dawn and the dusk reading. That was super cool. That was really cool. So, all right. I've got Michaela, Christine, Lydia, Lori, and Kim. All right. We are going to start, like I said, with Michaela. Ooh, Michaela. Michaela, you've got you like I open up to kind of get into your energy and I get kind of bombarded with like you've been waiting for this. Like you are really anxious for these cards to be read for you. Yeah. Got it, Kim. Lori, that's cute though. That was cute. All right, Michaela. Michaela, as soon as I start doing this also, I see almost like it's not a road, but it's not a road, if that makes sense. Like there's just this this path that I see. But the path doesn't go out in front of me, like it's going out beside me. And it's curvy. It's up and down. It's up and down and there's a lot of like green right off the side of the path, but the path itself is like dirt. And it looks hard. So it makes me almost want to say that, like, right now, the path that you're on, you don't feel like you're going anywhere. You feel like you're going side to side, and it's always just up and down, up and down, up and down. And it's just a hard thing to walk constantly. Let's see what your cards have to say about that. You got the Nine of Swords. You got the Nine of Swords, and the card is a very interesting card. You see, you've got all these rowers in the boat, right? You've got all these soldiers in the boat, and they're back. They're looking forward, but the actual driver of the boat, it's like the River of Styx, right? So the oh my gosh, my brain is not giving me that word. But the person that takes you out, ferryman. The ferryman is kind of just looking behind and at the water itself. So I feel like the questions that you have are all because of like this tethering to always looking at something in your past. Like it almost feels like as you're going forward, things will get hard, things will get kind of I want to say the word awkward, and you'll blame the awkwardness or the inability to do this on the past because of that, because you're looking at, okay, I just haven't healed from that. That's why you're staying here. You're not actually moving forward. All your men are in the boat. They're ready to go. Like you've got every tool that you need to move forward. But you, as the ferryman, are always looking behind you right now. Turn your eyesight. Every time you have that thought of, oh, well, this is how it happened in the past, stop that thought. And I want you to say to yourself, but this is now. This is now. And keep doing that. All right. That's your card. All right. Next is Christine. Christine. Christine, you feel tired. Very tired. You're welcome, Michaela. Yeah, Christine, you feel tired. it's like a mental tired, but there's also like a fatigue in the middle of your back. Like you've just been like doing something like at a table and you've kind of just your back feels fatigued. And as soon as I connect to your energy, I feel like you are thinking of your daughter. Like that's I can't separate you and her right now. I don't know if that makes sense to you at all, Christine. Here's your card. The Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups. It's forward facing. And again, like, so the Knight represents this kind of bringer of messages, right? The Knight represents like the movement towards something, the movement to a battle. That's kind of what the Knight represents for me. And if you go by what other guides will tell you, the Knight is a masculine energy. We know that I don't really put much to it like that, but this one does. This one feels masculine. And what I'm getting from this one is that there's like a masculine energy around you. And there is almost like a pause. Like you don't know which direction right now. So you're pausing. And this masculine energy is kind of getting in front of you and saying, this way. See, there's the tunnel there. That's where we're going to go. And it's just kind of leading you there. The question that immediately pops up in my head, though, and I don't know if this is your question that you're asking yourself, is this the right thing? Am I to follow? Because I'm not leading myself. And so it feels like there's a worry about not leading yourself. And sometimes allowing other people to get us on the next part of our journey, sometimes that's needed. That's something that the universe does from time to time. It is up to us whether or not we surrender to that, right? And that depends on what do you feel intuitively. Okay, as soon as I said that, I heard like, I don't know what I feel. Sit with that. Sit with that. Is that coming from a place of fear? Is that coming from a place that hasn't been healed yet? Is those worries from there, right? If those worries are from there, then we need to take care of there so we can move, right? If the worries, though, are from actions of that person, like red flags, trust that. That's a trust thing, you know? Okay. I know where I need to be. So this might be I'm moving on to the next path, or this might be the moment you learn to actually listen to your own self. Okay. I'm kind of the man. Yes. I completely understand that. So yeah, this is where you are. You are being led right now and you're not sure how you feel about that. So you've got to sit with it and find out why that bugs you. Okay. All right. Next, I believe, is Lydia. Lydia, let's get to you. Oh, you didn't do the this time. I feel like there are others around you. There's somebody, I don't know what it is, but when I say I feel like there's others around you, the other thing that came with that was, how does she know that? I just do, kid. All right. Let's get you a card, Lydia. Oh. Lydia, I'm going to say this. Your energy is a really good place. There are things that you always have in the background. There's like always like a buzzing in the background of your energy. And it is because you think of everything at once. But there isn't a like it doesn't hurt. Like it feels like you are genuinely comfortable with you. And that's a really cool thing to feel after having read your cards for so long. It feels very healthy, should I say. Juby! How are you? How are the babies? How's everything going? I haven't seen you forever. Zuvius, how are you? Absolutely. Absolutely. It's Riley. I get it. I was wondering who Zuvius was. All right, Lydia. My healthy Lydia. And I know you don't feel that way because you always think of things that you need to work on, but man, you are in such a good space right now. I don't know if you feel that or not. You are in such good space right now. You got the Ace of Wands. Yeah. Heck yeah. The Ace of Wands. You know, the wands illuminate your path. The wands are the things that give you the intelligence, the ideas that you need. It's the stuff that gives you the knowledge so that way you get all that you want right now. And an ace is a really good thing. That means you do have the success and happiness that you're looking specifically for right now. If you haven't already gotten this new information, this is about to come to you very, very quickly. And like I said, you are in a very healthy space right now. Um, the images that I'm picking up off the card, though, there is like this weird, like, I want to say, is it a millipede or centipede? Like this teal centipede, right? That's the mini legs, the hardworking, the like, you have to go above and beyond, right? Seeing that, but seeing it moving away from the center of the piece, like it's no longer going into that piece, it's coming away from that piece. So it feels like that extra work that you've had to put in order to get this knowledge, you no longer have to run that extra time. It's now you've done your work, you've worked hard, and they're about to give you this knowledge. And I say work, I don't know if necessarily it has to do with your job because it doesn't feel like your job. This feels something more personal. This feels like there's an enlightenment happening with this knowledge. And that enlightenment then changes your perspective of what you're doing. Okay. I'm excited to see what this is. I want to know. Hey, Christy, you made it. All right. Next is Lori. Lori, the fact that you named your cats Chips, Soda, and Sandwich. It's cute. It's cute. Just shake my head though. Christy, my lighting's being weird. I actually had to turn off my lighting because it kept kind of flickering. See? It'll flicker my lights for some reason. Thank you, Lydia. Thank you. I am trying to. Yes, I wanted it cut to about my shoulders, right? And it's a little shorter than what I thought it was going to be, but I got what I asked for. She did exactly what I asked her to do. And she did a good job. It's just that I'm trying to get used to me in short hair because, it was almost to the point where I could grab my hair in the back. I was like, so. All right, Lori. Lori, are you in an empty house right now? It feels quiet. There's a lot of stillness. Just a lot of stillness. See, I feel still. I feel still, but I feel thoughts just racing, constant racing. Okay. So that's what it is. Okay, so you have an empty house right now. But you're thinking a lot. There's a lot going on in that head. There's so many things, like, I'm trying to shuffle through your cards, Lori, and what happens is, like, every card, like, it feels like you need all the messages. I gotta get you just one. It wants to read every card in the deck, and it's, like, making my hands kind of tingle and go numb. Got the Three of Swords, and the Three of Swords is a very interesting image for this particular deck. You have a skeleton that is on the floor looking at the sword, and then there's another skeleton trying to pull the two swords out of the other skeleton's back, right? It feels like someone is reviewing their life. Like the sword is all the choices that were made, right? So there is a defeat. Like this is this is the last, right? And so you're reviewing all the choices and trying to find validation in those choices. And the swords through the back, it feels like some of those choices betrayed you. They stabbed you in the back. They stabbed the person you love in the back. So you're trying to remove those choices. You're trying to try to desperately just take them out and maybe change those choices, but you're still like you're left with these choices. So yeah, right now there's a lot of stillness with a lot of chaos and constantly trying to think which was best for you and if any of these choices can be removed. I am I'm going to pull an oracle card because there's this identification of this is where you are, but what are we supposed to do with the identification now? Like now that we know that this is where you are, okay? What do we do with that knowledge, you know? Hmm. You've got the hawthorn tree and you got it in dawn, so it's face up. Um, Good thing these things have numbers on them because I wouldn't know where this was in there. Oh my gosh. Okay. So your words. for this situation. The wisdom of the past is all around us, and there's plenty that we can learn from it. Hawthorne helps us to reconnect with these stories, carrying a link to the spirits of the past into the scent of the blossoms of the future, helping us to speak with them. What's stopping you from moving forward? Consult your past. Think about when you or a member of your community may have encountered something similar. I like that that ends that way from the guide, because it is an absolute, and it's been coming, and you know this is, there's a moment now that you have to figure out the future. You know, and there's been several of these moments over the last year. But there's a moment that is inevitable. It looks like a wall, and you've already walked up to the wall. You just like, I don't like this choice. I don't like this choice. So the guide literally gave you a hint. Who do you know that's been through this? Reach out to that person. Ask them, what happened when you came up to that? What did you do? So basically your card is telling you, yeah, you're at this moment, and this isn't going to feel good. You're really contemplating your life. You're contemplating the decisions. You're trying to pull decisions that betrayed you, all of these things. And your cards are saying you need community. You need somebody who's gone through this. Find that person. Okay. Hey, Ethan, how are you? It's been a long time. Hold on. Lori, there's one other thing I need to tell you. You've been hearing. There's messages that you're understanding. You're comprehending that this is a message for you. But you are second guessing that message. This right here is to tell you what you are hearing. And it's not what you're seeing, it's hearing. You are hearing something. That hearing is your message. Yes, you are right. Oh, were you the one that threw out the power, Ethan? Was that you? All right, next we have, hold on. I have to scroll up and find. Next we have Kim, and then I think Juby. Yes. Then Kim, Juby, Riley, Christy, and Ethan. Your energy was too strong. Yes. All right. So we've done Lori, Christine, Michaela, Kim. There we go. I was like, who was next? I just said it, but my brain was like, no, we ain't talking. We're not doing this. All right. Kim, you had that specific question too. You were very specific with your question. Okay. I'm going to pull an oracle since we're asking for inspiration and guidance. This is heavy on you. Like your chest is aching just even in the preparation of what you're going to see. There are things that you're very, very worried about. So how do we help lift this? How do we lift this? How do we aid and comfort? I think this is funny. The card. Now, of course, I'm gonna read the guide for this particular card, because we know I just got these cards a couple months ago. But I find it funny because you got mushrooms. All right. So one could say that might be helpful. Just kidding. Just kidding. Oh, all right. Let's find out what, as far as the book is concerned, your guide, what is the message inside this one? What is the message inside this one? Just like fungus, bodies that spread underground, hiding until they're ready to flourish upwards, you've been busy working away in the background. Yes, you have. You're wearing yourself thin for the sake of those who don't even realize you've been burning the candle at both ends. If you're not careful, you'll reach a point where you'll burn yourself out. Catch this behavior before it gets out of control. Find someone to help with your workload or compromise on areas that don't require as much attention. Be your own helping hand and find a way to balance your energy. So since we're specifically asking for inspiration and guidance on how to handle the devastation that you're about to see, I also want to point out that mushrooms, they talk to everything, right? They pull energy from everything. And you took one of my classes, so we went through the grounding exercises and how to kind of really make sure that our energy is staying protected and grounded. And the mushroom is fantastic at understanding that, because you're going to need extra energy. You're going to need to be able to pull from your network, right? And your network isn't just you grounding, it's your family, it's your friends. Things get too overwhelming, feel that feeling, right? Because mushrooms, they'll feel it, right? And they might have to go back underneath the ground and come back up as something new. But that's what they do. So use your family, use your friends. If it gets too overwhelming, feel the feelings, go through them. Why does it hurt so bad? What is it about this that really is upsetting you? And go through it. Figure it out. I say dissect the whole feeling, but you must feel it. You must allow yourself to go through that and heal, because we can't heal if we didn't feel it in the first place. So you're going to feel it, you're going to heal from it. But this card specifically is telling you, use your resources, ground and pull energy. Use the root method, right? We're going to root down in the ground and we're going to pull everything up that we need, right? And then we're going to push everything out that we don't need and allow that to be dispersed. So I think that's what you're going to need to do for this one. Keep grounded. You've got a lot of friends that you can call on if things get overwhelming. All right. Use us. Just like a mushroom uses their network. Use us. Should you hide under a rock? Only if you're coming back better. All right. Only if you're coming back better. You're welcome, Kim. I love you so much, and you are such a good person, and I know your heart aches with this, and this is really heavy for you. So do what you got to do, okay? Just do what you got to do. And don't let anybody judge you. I was telling one of my kids, I was like, we don't have anything to prove to anyone. No one. I don't have nothing to prove to anyone but myself, right? Because seriously, if you don't pay my bills and if you're not, you know, one of my family members, and even then, I don't got crap to prove to them. You don't have to prove anything to anybody, so you feel what you need to feel, right? Don't try to be strong and hold it back because that will tear us down. When we are overwhelmed by emotion and we pack that away, that does more damage than good. So let it out. If you need to go hide under a rock, hide under a rock. Yep, Christy. Christy, I do have some strong boundaries, don't I? Like, no, we do not give me that energy. I do not accept it. All right, so we've gotten Kim. Now we are, where are we? Kim, and then Riley. That's right. Riley, Juby, and Ethan. Okay. Very strong, yes. That's one of the things that we were talking about the other day. Christy said strong laws, and I said that some of the people that I mentor, they have a hard time understanding what boundaries are. And so the way that I try to explain it to people that are viewing things in a very kind of like straight line linear fashion, and if you're one of these people that have a hard time understanding, what do we talk about with boundaries? Because that's just like, that's a fence, right? When we say boundaries, they're the laws at which I govern myself and I expect other people to have around me, right? So, like, if you are being rude to someone based on something that they can't help, that doesn't fly. That's not, I don't want you around me. You don't get to be in my presence. That is a law. That's my law. If you're going to be a horrible human being to me, if you're going to mistreat me and call me names, the law is you don't get access to me, right? So you broke the law. You were rude to me. So now your consequence is you don't get access to me. That's what boundaries are. They're just laws that you set for yourself. Laws with consequences. And I think people understand that a little bit better. All right. The next one was Riley, I believe. Yeah. If I ever miss over somebody, please let me know in comments very quickly. I will correct it. Riley. Riley, immediately connecting to your energy, I want to grab my stomach. Like something doesn't feel good. Like I'm just off. Yeah, and I just want to grab my stomach. And I am also seeing like walls. Like I feel blocked in. I feel very blocked in. I love this. I love this. So you are feeling a little less than, right? You're feeling not enough. You're feeling a little physically depleted, right? So all of these things, like emotionally, physically, it's just very tiring right now. Everything seems to be like you don't have enough you in you. So that's where this walled in is coming from. Like you're feeling just completely entrapped because you don't feel like you're enough you to move out of these walls right now. So here's the good news. Yes, you do feel that way. But you have somebody that has been asking you, what do I do? What can I take off of you? Let me help you. You don't have to do this by yourself, right? And you love that person. You love that person. Let them pour from their overflowing cup into yours. Okay? Let them pour from their overflowing cup into yours, because their cup overflows because you love them, because you give them so much. Their cup overflows. They don't want to waste that overflow. They want to give it back to you. Stop being so stubborn. Stop it. You have to put your pride aside and allow others to help you. Otherwise, you will continue to feel stretched and thin. You will. There's no way around that. That's just what's going to happen. So stop being stubborn. Put your pride aside and allow yourself to receive what you've already put out. Okay? You're trying. I know you are. I know you are. And I know it's so very hard. It's so very hard, right? And there are many reasons why this is hard for you. Many, many reasons, many valid reasons, okay, why this is hard for you. But you can't grow until you realize there's support there for you to grow, right? Like, I've got plants all over the place. You've seen them, right? My Pathos plants have to have some type of support to continue to go up, right? Otherwise, they're just going to hang all over the place. But if I want them to reach for the sun, I give them some type of trellis or some type of pole to climb up on. They're using their support to reach higher places. Use your support to reach higher places. And I'm going to say this too. With this past full moon, you also got a message, Riley, and you knew it. You knew it because inside your head, you were like, I think that means something. I think that means something. And it's been sticking. I think that means something. It did. It did. You need to start looking it up. It did mean something. All right. Next, I believe is Juby. Juby and her jubilation. Sorry, Juby. She was like, I've heard that, and you're not funny. All right, Riley. Glad that makes sense. Juby, my ears get muffled right now. And I can't tell if that's a physical muffling of my ears or if that is something else with you. Okay, so it's not a physical. At first I thought, well, maybe you're sick. Like it feels like your ears are stuffed up. And now it feels like you're purposely trying to not hear some things. That's what that feels like. It feels like you're purposely trying to avoid hearing certain things. And Juby, your energy, like, it's just a bunch of lights. Really colorful lights. All over the place. All over the place. Like these little twinkling lights. But they're all dull. They're not like bright. They're very dull. So you got the Knight of Pentacles and you actually have it in shadow, right? And Pentacles have to do with our finances. So I want to look at this way. The Knight is actually carrying a sack that you can only assume is, some type of financial stuff. He's carrying a sack across his shoulder, but yours is in reverse. So it almost feels like money's being taken away from you right now. Yeah, that's where we're going with this. Okay. So right now you've had something that put a financial drain on you. So there's a lot of like, not like really horrible amounts of stress, but there's some worries that are needing to be figured out. There's some things that need to be put in place. Where did my coins go? There they are. I feel like there's a yes or no question. You have a yes or no question. Something that you absolutely want. Don't speak it out loud. Don't put it in chat. I want you to think about that yes or no question right now. Okay. So I have 3 different types of coins, and depending on which coin I pick, they're all yes or no, but depending on the coin that I pick, kind of gives me a little bit more background on that yes or no. So the coin that I pick is my immature coin. It is my kind of like silly coin, right? It is the coin that when things aren't just the right time, you might get this answer. And so you got hell yes. So you got an answer. You got yes to your question. But the fact that this is the immature coin, it makes me feel like answering yes, though, right now is a little early. Like it's still a yes, but it's a little too early to say yes to. Does that make sense? It's tying to your finances, though. And since this is something that you really want to say yes to, like you really want to say yes to this because then it kind of plugs the hole that you're feeling. It's a little too early to give it a complete yes. There are things that you need to know still. There's answers that aren't just yes or no. They need to give you answers for you to have the mature yes. Like you will give them a yes, but you're not going to give them a yes immediately because it's not time. Okay. You got it then. There's your reading. There's your reading, my child. I don't know. I'm being silly. All right. Ethan, I think it's your turn. Christy, did you want to get a reading or you were just in here just being here? Because I know sometimes you just in here to chat with people. All right. And Ethan, right? Ethan, you're still in here? Yes. All right, Juby. Ethan. All right, Christy, I'll read yours after Ethan. Ethan, there's an achy. Like there's a pressure in your chest. So it feels like you're under I don't want to say like this is direct pressure, but it feels like it. It feels like you're just being held to a certain I immediately want to say standard. You're being held to a certain standard. It hurts. It hurts. And I got the word judgment. I don't know what's happening, but I got the word judgment. Ethan, I got the 10 of Wands in shadow. And it's interesting because this is particularly a butterfly or a moth. You got it in shadow. You see that the color red is a big deal. So that's kind of giving me a little bit of I need to pick at that color real quick. I need to pick at what's in that color. Like there's a castle on this card. And the whole butterfly, the butterfly to me always, anytime I ever see it, butterflies always like their transformation. They are, going from this, caterpillar looking thing to this beautiful, moth or butterfly. And I feel like we are talking about you in a transitional kind of setting, whether that is a spiritual thing or if that is a physical plane thing, meaning that you have moved from like one job to another. That doesn't feel like it. It feels more like of this understanding. It feels like an awakening. It feels like you have gotten knowledge that you didn't have before. And now that kind of has changed the way you see things and the way that the world feels to you. There's a lot of this like this. I want to do my arms in and out. Like there's a feeling that it's different. Like you've even said to yourself, things just look different. The light looks different to you. So Ethan, right now, the castle's in the background. This feels like it's attached to your home. Yeah. And red can be anger, or red can be love, or red is your favorite color. Or used to be. So when I hone in on red isn't something specific, like it's not a symbol. In other words, I'm not honing in on, oh, you're angry. Red is attached. There's like a red blanket. It's a red blanket. And I see satiny red. I don't know why I see satiny red, but I see like satiny red. So there's this red thing that's kind of attached to you. It has a meaning. It has like a deep meaning for you. That's why I said red's your favorite color. I know that's wrong. Red isn't your favorite color, but this is your favorite thing and it's red. And this is kind of the key to this whole understanding why in this moment you had to change. In this moment, things look different. So find the red that means a lot to you, and you'll understand why things have happened the way they have. But there's this, I keep seeing like a red satin blanket. That's what I keep seeing, a red satin blanket. So Ethan, I hope that made some kind of sense to you. Ah, so you are. That makes perfect sense then. It makes perfect sense. Do you understand? Like, I can't get past this red satin. I kept seeing red satin. I don't know what the red satin is for you, but that is your, like, once you understand, you get pointed to this red satin thing, you understand. And thank you for not making the power go out this time, Ethan. All right. let's let's get Christy. There were so many like moments just then. So many things kind of like overlaying and lapping over them. You've got the Six of Pentacles, and it is represented by a clock. It is represented by a clock. And I'm specifically being instructed. Sorry, not the Six of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles. No, it is the Six of Pentacles. Wait a minute. I'm not seeing things right. We are in the present, but in front of a precarious equilibrium, an alteration that swings like a pendulum between positive and negative. It could make our physical and economic situation unstable. While waiting for a solution and ulterior evolution, it will be time, fluid and unilateral, never stopping, that will make the situation evolve and enable us to overcome eventual obstacles. Advice from the dead. Proceed with audacity and without haste. Working hard and keeping yourself focused on the present, what you desire will arrive when time is ripe. So this to me right now is just like, I know that there's a lot going on, and since this is a pentacle, I'm going to go with finance. And I know that, you know, we're in real estate, so things are crazy right now. But we both know things are kind of getting, you know, they're going to equal themselves out. And so this is basically a card that just says, hey, keep doing what you're doing, keep working hard, and when things stabilize, when things evolve, as things always do, you will have what you worked hard for. Like, this isn't working for naught. This is working towards a goal that is on its way. You just got to know that it's coming. It might not be right here right now, but it is coming. You just got to wait it out. That's it. That's the card. All right. We are going to, let me make sure I didn't miss anybody. Did I miss anybody? Please tell me I didn't miss anybody. I didn't miss anybody, right? All right. We are going to pull an oracle card for our guiding card. We'll find out what our next week is going to be like. We'll find out what our next week is going to be like. My eyes keep focusing. I have like a jar of keys, and my eyes keep focusing over on the jar of keys, right? And anytime like I spend a normal amount of time looking at something, I immediately go, why was my attention drawn there? And so I'm trying to figure out is this the key that we need for this week? Is that what I'm being told? Y'all, this is crazy. So Basil has a dead guy's head. Wait, what? What? This is the card. It is Basil. This is the Oracle card, but you see there's are we hiding bodies? Is that what we're supposed to do this week? I did not agree. I did not agree. Nope. Anyways, Basil, you're due to set out on a journey, be it physical or spiritual, so be ready for a change in your life. In Italy, pots of basil are left on windowsills to indicate that the guests are welcome. And in the Tudor England, basil was given as a gift to ensure safety while traveling. Drawing this card suggests that you're inviting in a change of scenery. Be sensible about your decisions, and your feet will lead you safely where you need to go. So this week, we get a little bit of change to our life, a little bit of change to our life that we have been wanting, we've been asking for, and we're welcoming it in, right? We just got to make sure that we don't do anything too crazy. All right? Be happy, be safe, right? So don't do anything too crazy, but this week you're going to get a little bit of change of scenery, and that's kind of cool. All right. All right, my lovelies. As I always tell you, be happy, be safe. Florida, we've got another hurricane coming. It's supposed to be a Cat 1. So I will eventually have edited all of the footage from this season's haunt tours, things that I've gotten to do. I am contemplating on doing a live on TikTok. So if you follow me over there, I'll probably be doing a live one day next week over there, and also answering questions about that particular vacation. So hopefully soon you guys will see all those videos. Until then, be happy, be safe, know that I love you, and I appreciate you joining our community every single Tuesday and just hanging out because it feels good. All right? All right, my lovelies. I'll see you next Tuesday.